The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family. Here is Ozzie, who plays the part of Ozzie Nelson, and of course his lovely wife Harriet as Harriet Nelson. The older of the Nelson boys, David, appears as David Nelson, and his younger brother, the irrepressible Ricky, played by Ricky Nelson. The Nelsons' next-door neighbor, Thorny, is played by Don DeFore.
Who's that in the closet? Don't be scared, Mom. It's me, your son, Ricky.
Oh, Ricky, get up and take that skeleton suit off. You'll have it worn out by the time Halloween gets here.
I'm just looking for my skeleton hands.
Well, you won't find them in there. You come on, get up and take that suit off. Gives me the willies anyway.
What's the trouble?
Well, take a look on the floor of the closet.
What is that a dog in there?
No, you better take another look. That happens to be your small son.
Well, how about that? I could have sworn some dog left his bones in there.
Me outfit, huh, Pop?
Yeah, sure scary, all right. Aren't you rushing the season a little, though? Halloween isn't quite here.
I'm just getting all my bones together.
I thought they were painted on the suit.
Oh, no, the hands come separate.
Do you mean to tell me they have hands with those outfits?
Well, sure. I guess you never seen a real-life skeleton.
No, come to think of it, I guess I never have. And I'll gladly forego the pleasure, thank you.
You're welcome. It's a neat outfit, huh, Pop?
Yeah, like I say, it's plenty scary, boy.
You think anybody will recognize me?
Well, you sure had me fooled.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Pop. David, guess who I am?
Oh, brother.
Darn, how'd you guess?
Oh, sure he did. What have you got there, dear?
Oh, just some stuff for a Halloween party at school. I'm the treasurer.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to have a Halloween party at school.
Well, we're just going to dress up and play some games.
Oh, that sounds like fun. School parties always are.
You said it. We get out of study.
Yeah, Halloween's a lot of fun for kids.
And don't you like Halloween, Pop?
Oh, sure, but you know, as you get a little bit older, you get kind of tired of that stuff.
You mean going to parties and playing games and stuff?
Yeah, see, there are certain traditional and seasonal games like pin the tail on the donkey and ducking for apples, and they get a little stale as the years go by.
We make up a lot of new stuff, Pop.
What do you mean make up new stuff?
We bring the old-fashioned games up to date.
Well, that sounds interesting. How do you bring Pin the Tail on the Donkey up to date? Or shouldn't I ask?
Oh, sure. You draw a big picture of the teacher's face on the blackboard.
I don't get the connection.
Well, then we play the game.
And what do you call it?
Draw the mustache on the teacher.
I have a hunch the teacher's going to walk in one of these days and you'll have a new game. I am not Salvador Dali on the blackboard 50 times.
Oh, no, Pop. Our teacher was the one who made up the game.
You know, sometimes this modern psychology puzzles me a little.
They call it relieving suppressed desires.
Yeah, I guess it does it best. How's it seem to work?
Heck, I don't even know what it means.
Probably fun for psychology.
You and Mom going to a Halloween party this year, Pop?
Yeah, I suppose the girls will get together and whip up some sort of a deal at the last minute. They usually do. Gives them an excuse to dress up a bit.
Well, as a matter of fact, we were talking about that yesterday, and I think we'll skip it this year.
Well, I'm sure you won't get any objection from the men. Personally, I think it's about time we gave Halloween back to the kids anyway.
Well, it'll save us a lot of trouble. Trying to drag you guys out of the house to a party is no fun either.
I like going to parties.
Oh, boy.
Hey, stay out of that, Ricky.
Hey, what is this white stuff?
That's paint for the faces.
Hey, neat, boy.
Leave it alone. That's for the party at school.
I could put this on my face and look just like a skeleton.
Hey, you could at that. Let me see it.
Well, gee, Pop, that's for the party at school. I bought it with the class money.
Oh, that's okay. I'll only use a little of it.
Gee, I can see the headlines now. Boy uses school funds to turn brother into skeleton.
I'll give you a little extra change if you need it.
Why am I going to look spooky?
I hope that stuff comes off.
It's supposed to.
It's a pretty good paint job, I think.
We got some black stuff here, too, Pop, if you want it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's swell. We could use this for the eyes. Look at this, Harriet.
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd sit here and let your father blacken your eyes.
How do you like that? Eyes, nose, and mouth.
Yeah, that sounds like the usual arrangement.
I look at myself. Oh, boy, do I look gruesome.
Pretty neat job, hey?
Yeah. But where can I hide until Halloween?
I suggest dunking your head into a nice bowl of soap and water. You can put that war paint on again when the time comes.
I just want to leave it on until I rehearse my theme song.
Your theme song?
Sure. The ankle bone connected to the shin bone connected
Hi, Oz.
Oh, hi, Thorny.
Hey, what are you doing with the broom?
Well, you know, Halloween, once a year, usually celebrate.
Holy smoke, what's wrong with your hand? It's all white. Looks a little undernourished.
Oh, no, I just put a little Halloween makeup on Ricky's face. Kids are going to go out to trick-or-treat tomorrow night, and he's going to dress up as a skeleton.
Boy, Halloween is sure a lot of fun for the kids.
Yeah, it really is. Gives them a chance to let off a little steam.
As a matter of fact, we've had some pretty good parties the last few years.
Well, they've been okay. Personally, I still think Halloween is mainly a night for kids, though.
Come to think of it, I don't think I've heard anything about this year's party. What are the girls planned, do you know?
Oh, from what I understand, I'm not going to give a party this year.
Oh, that's a shame. Don't you think we could talk them into it?
Well, are you kidding? Let's leave well enough alone. Don't tell me you actually enjoy those horrible fiascos with those corny games and those idiotic costumes.
Well, there's a lot of trouble at that. Well, you know Catherine spent a whole week making that outfit I wore last year?
You mean at the Dunkles?
No, that was the party before last. Last year's party was at the Randolphs, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Sure, that was the year I won first prize for the best costume.
You won the first prize?
Sure, you remember. I wore that devil's outfit.
I thought you came dressed up as a fireman. Sure you did. Don't you remember you insisted you could jump out of the second-story window into the big apple tree?
And I darn near made it, too.
No, I'm sure it was Halloween. Certainly, we were ducking for apples and somebody spiked the water.
You know, we've had some pretty good Halloween parties at that.
You know, I never will forget the night that Mrs. O'Shaughnessy put that big sheet over her head and she said, "I am the devil."
I don't remember that.
Sure you do. O'Shaughnessy didn't know who it was. He said, "Shake hands with me, I married your sister."
You know, I think the least the Whites could have done was to ask us before they called off this year's party.
Oh, I don't think it's been called off, definitely. It's just they haven't made any plans for it.
Well, right there is the reason why a lot of the parties haven't been so good.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, they haven't been properly organized. You can't just give a party haphazardly. You've got to organize it. You got to plan the whole evening, hour by hour, step by step.
Especially the entertainment. And by somebody who has a little talent for that sort of thing.
That's exactly what I mean.
So you know what we could do, that is if we wanted to turn this into a party tomorrow night, say, for instance, is to work out a schedule for the entire evening. Exactly what games we're going to play, what time we play them, exactly what time we eat, what time we dance, and that way we'd have the entire evening under control.
Now, that's the sensible way to do it. And instead of having everyone dressed up in costumes and causing a lot of confusion, we could just have a couple of more talented fellas dressed up to keep things going.
But wearing really clever costumes.
That's right.
So much better to have a couple of fellows with real talent rather than a whole room full of would-be comedians.
It's rather short notice. What do you think we ought to wear?
What do you think we ought to do it?
Are you kidding us? This sounds great to me. I could dig up that devil's outfit I wore last year.
Say, I have a devil's outfit up in the attic, too. We could put on a big sign, "Aren't we devils?" No.
Oh, let's not worry about the costumes. We can think of something, Oz.
One thing for sure, the entire evening will go off smoothly. I mean, none of this haphazard stuff. It'll all be planned step by step.
Do you think the girls will like the idea? Us taking it out of their hands this way?
Well, they'll be delighted. As a matter of fact, the more I think of it, I'll bet that's why they were strolling around, waiting for us to take over.
Boy, I can see us right now, in our mad costumes, running around, taking charge of everything.
You know, Thorny, I think there must be a trace of genius in our families.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. A definite trace of genius with a faint flavoring of ham.
You know, Thorny and I have whipped up what we think is a pretty darn good idea.
Oh, what is it?
Well, you know how each year around Halloween you gals sort of throw together a little impromptu party?
And you don't want us to give one this year. You said that before.
Well, they've been pleasant enough little affairs. Everybody's had a pretty good time. But the big fault has been that nobody has taken the trouble to plan them correctly. But this year, the whole thing's going to be different. It's Thornberry and Nelson to the rescue.
May I ask a question?
No, you're not even allowed to ask any questions.